very inexpensive stuff lighting. Don't overthink it. Use your phone, use the middle of the day, have the 25 topics that you've already written down. You write down the 25 times that you remember that you've taught somebody your expertise, similar format to yours. And I actually focus heavily on the post-production to make it really, really tight. But that's after, right? I like polishing things so they're really tight, cutting all the ums and the ha's and connecting words, because in reality, we're not Hollywood actors. We're gonna have ands, ums, and all of these connecting sentences and, you know, moving our lips or taking a sip of water. But so we take care of a lot of stuff on the boot at 6 o'clock or later because the sun is too strong by the window. You want to shoot around midday. If you're going to be outside and you're going to be shooting in the middle of the day, you might not want to do that. But if you do, maybe wear a hat or just go in shade. But just maybe do some research on basic lighting so you have some information there. And then cup your phone for amazing sound. And then look.
Hey guys, this is AskAviArya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, a street car racer turned hotelier, now social media marketer and founder of Internet Moguls. Welcome to my channel.
Hey there, Juan.
I think we're on. Oh my goodness, we're on.
We are so on. How are you doing?
Good, Avi. How you doing, man? Pleasure to be here with you.
Same here. Thank you very much for taking the time out. I instantly have fallen in love with your red hat.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Good purchase.
This chair of yours, is it like super comfortable?
I gotta say it's pretty good. I wish I got the higher version. It's called the Titan. This one is called the Omega, and it's a little smaller because I'm not a very big guy. So it's like, oh, if you're not very big, don't get the Titan. The Titan's for like really big men. But other than, because it's small here, but other than that, it is super comfortable. It is super sturdy. It's got a little memory foam lower back support. It's got a little pillow here. If I want to use it, I can put it on. It can recline, and it does feel a lot more sturdy, so you can sit on for a long time. I sit on the computer for quite a while.
Awesome. Awesome.
Highly recommend it.
Awesome. Juan, thank you very much for taking the time out for this interview. Quick introduction. I always tell people in the beginning of every interview, the shortest distance between 2 human hearts is a story. You tell people stories and you win hearts. But today, everybody has less time to meet people. We want to get known, get leads, and get sales in our business. And therefore, in our school, we recommend people use your phone, create micro videos, and go ahead in the beginning and at the end of every video, tell everybody your hero story. And I tell people my hero story, and then I request you to tell me yours. Does that work?
That works.
Awesome. So, Juan, my name is AskAviArya, father of 2 girls, 6 dogs, husband to a superwoman, a street car racer turned hotelier, now social media marketer, and founder of Internet Moguls. Today, we help entrepreneurs grow their business using micro videos, or lots of digital marketing, and lots of heart. Over to you.
Amazing. Thank you, Avi, for having me here. My name is Juan Pablo, and I make videos. And I help, actually, let me restart that over again. My name is Juan Pablo, and I help entrepreneurs use videos so they can scale their business. Very similar to you, using micro videos. A little bit of my background, I come from actually the construction space. I was working for a flood and fire restoration company for several years, but I like to be super creative. I like dancing, singing, have a bit of background in acting. And I decided to quit a very well-paying job to start a video agency, serving other people, serving entrepreneurs, digital entrepreneurs, course creators, to get their word, to tell their story, and to make a big impact in the world through video.
That is fantastic. I love that. Acting, similar. I think people who get into videos have similar passions, in similar backgrounds and similar passions. Okay, so Juan, my first question to you for our audience is: I saw your videos online, and you say a lot of people want to create videos, but they get stuck in tech, what to say, and all of that. So we start with that. How do you decide what your message is?
That's a great question. So what I've been going through and what we do with in my program, whether it's either one-on-one or a group, we essentially tap into our bodies first. I think what we see in some entrepreneurs and people putting out videos is that they get a little bit, they're disconnected with themselves. They're trying to memorize lines. They're trying to really think what they want to say. And in fact, if you just remove your brain out of the equation, because your brain gets activated, it's something called the reticular activating system, the RAS, which is all it's trying to do is to try to keep you safe and away from danger. But because we've been indoctrinated to believe so many things, we have so many programmings and conditionings that our body gets triggered over everything. So when you put a camera in front of you, that means danger, because what does that mean? It means criticize, judge. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling the incessant chatter of self-criticism is going to be activated and is going to tell you to abort, because in that particular moment you're using your brain to try to think what to say. But in fact, you are already the expert in your field. You already help people in your field, and you know your topic. You're already an expert in your topic, or maybe you're becoming the expert in your topic. You could be in any field. You can be professional service, you can be health and wellness, you can be anything in between.
Sorry, we lost Juan there for a couple of seconds. As soon as the internet is back on his side, he will be back. In the interim, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this going. In the interim, all of you people who are watching, listening to me, what have you learned so far from him? The mind looks at the camera and says, oh my God, this is a device that is going to have people judge me, and they want to run away from that. That was fantastic. I was just recapping what you said in the first 5 minutes. Okay, back to you. You were saying you look at the mic, you look at the camera, and you're like, oh my God, this is something where I will be judged. But you said you're already an expert at what you do. So I'll let you carry on from there.
Exactly. So you're already an expert at what you do. You have already helped people. You already have experience in helping people, or maybe you're in the becoming, right? So you may be always adding more components to your knowledge base. You're getting more mindset, you're getting more coaching, and it's a never ending journey, but you already are the expert in your field. You have already helped people in your field, whether you're a health expert or maybe professional accounting or professional services. It doesn't matter what you do. You already are the expert. You already have the knowledge stored within your body. And that's the point I want to make here, Avi, is that when we speak from the body, it comes in naturally. When you speak from the head, it's going to sound scripted.
Got it.
So that's kind of what I take my students through is developing something that we call the alter ego effect. Okay. So just like professional actors, singers, peak performers in triathlons and fitness, and there's so many stories where the artist in you steps into a character, similar to like how I'm stepping into a character right now with my hat. I actually use this as a prop to step into Super Juanpa, because I know that Juan Pablo is a normal guy that has a lot of issues and problems and insecurities, but I'm going to leave him aside just for a little bit here. And I'm going to step into my alter ego, okay? And I know that my alter ego is going to get the job done because he acts this way, he looks this way, he talks this way, he cares for people this way, he is in touch with his body this way, he can tap into source consciousness by taking a deep breath and putting that hat on and putting on a show without having to memorize any lines, right? So that's kind of what we take through through my students is to develop your alter ego character that you can step into at any time. Following on to that, I do have multiple characters because sometimes I need to perform different tasks. So I use these sparrow glasses to enter into editor-in-chief Juanpa, chief editor Juanpa, chief editor Juanpa, and I start morphing into not an animated character that's here to deliver a message and inspire people and teach them about video marketing and how to edit and how to build a team if you need to build a team, or how to show up on camera powerfully. But now I need to enter into more an analytical character. And this character, even just putting the glasses on, changes my energy like right away. But this is the character that I would morph into if I was going to edit videos myself, because I edit videos myself. I love the editing process. My background is more in behind the camera. And so I enter into different characters depending on the task at hand. To give you a really good example, and if a lot of people know this, is Beyonce Knowles, the singer. She is a gospel choir girl that would never look sexy. She could never act and perform to be a sexy person on stage, so she steps into Sasha Fierce. And she talks about it openly about that character that she steps into to actually be sexy. Marilyn Monroe had a name for her character. Elvis Presley. The one story that hit me the most was this triathlete, forget his name, but he ran 50 Ironmans back to back in 1 year from Florida to Alaska, which is physically impossible for the human body to endure. But he put on his yellow glasses and he would transform, like physically his biology would change for him to actually get the job done. He was a different person when he was doing that, when he was actually running those marathons. He would be broken down, his body would be bleeding and broken bones and everything, but he would put on the glasses and the biology in his body would change because he actually embodied that character outside of himself.
Wow. You know how many interviews I've done and I don't say wow. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. So, one second, I'll just revert. For everybody who's listening, a lot of people we all have fears, insecurities, doubts, and all of that. And the one thing that we have in our program is a section called Shyness to Awesomeness. So, from where you are, from shyness, get into awesomeness. So, what I'm going to do is, apart from publishing this on my on the channel, I'm going to take this particular clip and put it in the Shyness to Awesomeness section, because I've never heard somebody step into a different avatar and have multiple avatars to be able to say, this guy is an awesome editor, this guy is this. This is fantastic. So thank you very much for contributing to Shyness to Awesomeness with this section. This has been a breakthrough for me personally. I'm thinking of what I should do for myself and I'm taking notes. But Juan, tell me, in this, so is there one alter ego that is working on everything else, or you make one for different stuff? And does that mean the original me is always going to be somebody who's not going to be able to surmount or surpass my problems, and I'll always have to have an alter ego?
That's a really good question. So essentially, the alter ego, you can make it be whatever you want. So you can step into a character that you admire. So like that Super Juanpa that you're talking to right now, he's a multiple layers of different personalities like that I admire, or that I know that this character would step into, right? So it could be like, your Mother Teresa, or you can have a little bit of Elon Musk in there, or you can have a little bit of whoever you want to mirror in many ways. I'm from Colombia originally, so we have all of these actors from my country that I really look up to because they're really funny. So I like to use a little bit of comedy, and so you start blending in your real essence. When you call it an alter ego, it's really your super you. It's what I call it, right? So it's the real you, but it's just an amped up version of yourself that you can turn on and off anytime. A good example is if you have children, you are going to go into daddy mode, right? Daddy mode is Daddy Juanpa is going to be a totally different guy than Super Juanpa, because Super Juanpa will overwhelm the kid with this level of energy. But if I'm going to be daddy, I'm going to enter into a different character completely that I can't do right now because I can't. But so it's almost like you are one human, one energy source, but you can trick your brain to forget momentarily your personal issues because we all have them, and there are things that we still need to work on. I still have tremendous problems and insecurities that I still need to work on my personal on my personal life. But my reticular activating system is not getting triggered because it's outside of my conscious present moment right now. I'm trying to be as present and conscious as
That
possible
is
by being in
fantastic.
touch with my senses. Like man, before this I was like breathing and dancing, entering into character because all I want is to feel my body, feel my butt on the chair, feel my feet, do some breathing. So then I'm right here with you. I am just channeling. I call it channeling information because you don't have to think about it.
That's fantastic. And so this is what we do when, whenever I do a workshop, I divide my audiences into, so I wear a Superman t-shirt under this. I said, are you Superman or are you Hulk or are you Iron Man? And everybody gets into one avatar, and that's when they go from there. So, anyways, so Superman or Hulk for you?
Oh man, I like Iron Man.
Okay, great. Superman or Iron Man or Hulk. Okay, great. So now you're in Iron Man mode. Um, this was fantastic. It blew my mind away, literally. And this is going to be with me forever. Now, you helped us get over shyness to awesomeness. You saying, wear a different hat, access a different energy from the universe, get inspired by another character, and make you a super you. Love that. I think it's going to change. We have 800 current students on this Saturday. They're going to see this video and going to be blown away. So thank you so much for making this happen. Uh, my next question is, you said people get either they don't have a message and they get shy and all of that. We got over that. Then you said people overthink the tech. So how do you simplify that?
Overthink the deck,
The technology.
the technology. Oh, I love this part because I've been editing videos for 8
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we've lost the internet for a couple of seconds. Till he comes back, I wanted to say this was a total bulb on moment. Wherever you're watching this video, just type bulb on in the comment box. I think God is giving me this pause opportunity to pause with him and say, bulb on opportunity. My God, we can access whoever and whatever energy we want and become whoever we want. Forget who we are. That's how most actors do it. You see a lot of actors who are introverts, but when they step into a character, there's somebody totally different, and therefore they love stepping into character. Therefore, they love acting. And right, ladies and gentlemen, if they can do it with this art, I think all of us can do it as well. So that's it. That's a great tip. Every time I take an interview, I take notes, not only for the show notes of the show, but also to be able to I put all of my notes with me in this format over here, all these notes, so that every time I'm doing a Q&A, a workshop, or a Instagram live or whatever, I come back and I'm able to pull out one card and say, this is what I learned from my recent interview. You have so many nuggets right in front of you. So that's my way of doing interviews, and I hope you liked it so far. Like I said, I think we have lost one with his, and I'm so eager to get him back because I'm enjoying this interview so much. Give us a couple of seconds. He will be back for sure. For all of you people, there we go. I was, we made an awesome go of this time. We recapped every time the internet went off. We recapped what you showed us, so there's no editing required from our side. Okay, let's move on. So how do you help people who overthink the tech?
Right. So this is all you need, guys. All you need is a smartphone and nothing else. It's important to learn some basic composition. So audio, sound, light. So if you just have some basic knowledge, then we're demystifying the tech. You don't need a camera. You don't even need lighting, to be honest. You can just schedule your shoot at around noon when the sun is on the very top, and then that way it's gonna shine right on top of your house, That way it's going to give you amazing ambient light from your windows. And then just stand next to a window and make sure you have a shadow. It's very similar to what you have right now. You have a shadow. You're probably using lighting, but you can emulate the same lighting with just natural lighting. You literally don't even need a light. Unless you're doing some videos at night, then you can just buy some very inexpensive soft lighting. Don't overthink it. Use your phone, use the middle of the day, have the 25 topics that you've already written down. You write down the 25 times that you remember that you've taught somebody your expertise in the past. Just go back in time, doing like, oh, I talked to this person about this and this and this. Write down 25 times that you've spoken to somebody, so then you already have the subject in mind. Remember, you don't need to memorize the lines. You already have the information stored in your body cells and your consciousness. You're gonna stream consciousness of your information already. So you're just gonna channel it. You're gonna channel it, but now with some basic composition and sound. This is a trick, guys. I'm gonna give you a trick. You hold your phone like this, and this is gonna dramatically improve the sound. Sound is 60% of the video. If you don't have good sound, I'm sorry, but people are going to tune out because that's the most important. So you want to have good sound. Literally, you don't need a mic lapel or any kind of wireless mic. This is just a regular Android, but with an iPhone. The microphone's at the bottom. So what you want is to cup the phone. And by making this cup, this is going to dramatically improve the sound because now it's going to hit your hand and the sound is going to enter through the microphone. So instead of the sound going straight through and sort of picking up some of your voice, if you do this and you just hold it like this and you look straight to the lens, you have two lenses most likely. If you have like a new iPhone and stuff, they have now two. Figure out which one is which and then point at it and be like, okay, it's this one. I'm going to look straight at that lens with the cupped phone. Wow. And then in terms of composition, this one has grids. You can turn on your grids. So these are called thirds. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 sections to the phone. There's one here, one in the middle, and one in the back. So depending on where you're at, you want to be always at eye level, okay? And choose which third you're going to be on. This one, or this one, right? Okay. Most likely eye level, cupping the phone. I'm doing it. I got to do it from this side because I'm right-handed. But I would go like this. And then the next step is you want to ground yourself. So you're going to do square breathing. The square breathing is, imagine a square, and you're going to go up 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, hold, like keep releasing the exhale for another 4 seconds. So maybe let's just do it right now. So we're going to go up. And when you're breathing, you want to put all the air. This is from my yoga background. You want to breathe in and like feel it through your esophagus. You're almost contracting your throat. You're going, and then hold it 4 seconds. And then when you exhale dropping your jaw. A lot of our energy stored in our jaw, actually in our shoulders, a lot of tension. So when you do that, you go. And then you almost enter into a different field and different dimension, right? And now your brain is going to take a back seat on this one. And then you know what you're going to say because you already wrote down your 25 topics and you're already an expert in your field, and you're going to channel that consciousness through that lens and connecting with the audience on the other side.
Wow. Do the square breathing and you are in a different mode. I like that. I always, every time I start a workshop or a training, I always say, let's change this, regulate, and come onto a different mode. And so which mode do you want to get into? And so, yeah, that's what, because everything you have to get out of where you are into a different mode. And sometimes some people do 25 push-ups. Some people just do a crazy 5-minute quick cold shower. Some people listen to, their favorite music. All of those kinds of things happen. So I love that. I love that. These are all new things for me. Like I said, I've done so many interviews, but I'm loving this. This is, it's for my audience. I'm doing this, but I'm loving it myself so much. Thank you so much. So we went through shyness to awesomeness. We went over, you said how to find your top 25 questions. You said every single human being, as you know, when we are as coaches, as authors, as consultants, as business people, we are anyways talking to people around the world, helping them. So channel into that and see what is it that I help other people with. And accordingly, to come up with a list of 25 questions. And then you said, cup your phone. This is, I never knew this, that, this is where the sound escapes from. Cup it from here. Start here. You see a grid. Divide the phone into three parts. See which grid you want to be in, and then do your square yoga breathing. 4 seconds. When we edit it, we're going to put a square over here, and then you're ready to go. Okay, awesome. I've got the topics. I've got the tech. I'm not overthinking it. I've got everything. Now, what is there a format like when I'm giving a message on YouTube or on Instagram? Is there a message like we always say, start with your hero story? My name is Avi Arya, father of two girls, six dogs, husband to a superwoman, streetcar racer turned hotelier, now social media marketer, founder of Internet Moguls. It becomes my signature. People remember me, all of that. Then we say start the video by saying, in this video you're going to learn how you can look as cool as Juan, and find your first 25 questions and learn how to breathe, how to do the square breathing. So instantly in the first 5 seconds, give somebody a reason to watch your video till the very end. Then you give your introduction. So my name is Avi Arya, father of two girls, six dogs, and then you go give your two or three secrets, 5 points. Then you recap the 5 points. Once again, my name is Avi Arya. In this video, you learned this. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the link or a reason to come back to the next video. So we give a sort of a template. But I know that
Yeah.
in the last 20 minutes, you are blowing my mind away and leveling up the game at every step. So I'm eager to know what will be your formula for structuring a video.
Avi, on this one, it's a very similar format to yours. And I actually focus heavily on the post production to make it really, really tight. But that's after, right? I like polishing things so they're really tight, cutting all the ums and the ha's and connecting words, because in reality, we're not Hollywood actors. We're gonna have ands, ums, and all of these connecting sentences, and moving our lips or taking a sip of water. But so we take care of a lot of stuff on the post, in our end. But in terms of a framework for you to get on camera, absolutely. I like the hero story that you say. I try to keep it really short, just like I help statement. So I help entrepreneurs use video so they can scale their business. So we use that as like top of the funnel statement. So it's kind of like a big blanket, and then there's like multi layers of actual topic that you're teaching. So it's not just video, but it becomes now a mindset. And it's not really a mindset, but it is also mindset, but now it's messaging. And then in messaging, well, it's also like editing. So then there's like multi layers of your offering. So I try to keep the top funnel offering very broad, and then just keep the funnel open broad enough so I can bring in different types of people. So I do a lot of laser targeting. I want to work specifically with different individuals in different stages of their video journey. So some of them I have like a cohort for like beginners, people that really haven't done any videos and they're totally scared. There's some of them that are like, they're doing some videos, but they're getting stuck, right? They already know that video is important, but now we got to get them more into the post-production. Let me clean this up. Let's find your story. And then the way more advanced, similar to someone like,
We lost Juan for a couple of seconds, and I'd like to recap what he just said before he went on pause. He said he likes to divide his video like all of us do, but he's given a structure, divide them into different sets. So maybe look at your video like this, divide it into 4 parts. What is the video about? Your hero introduction. What is the meat of the matter? How are you going to recap it? Give your hero story and bow out. So I like this format of putting everything in grids so you know which part is how much. 10% for the story, 30% for this, 20 for this. What is going to make how much sense? so that then you keep this right in front of you and you know what kind of video you're going to make for your audience. So I'm just rephrasing what this amazing gentleman is teaching us here today. Until we have Yuan back, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, he is a big Iron Man fan. I am a big Hulk fan. And somehow we both make videos, we both learn from each other, and we both are here to show you that videos are such a powerful medium to be able to take your message to people in different parts of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you're enjoying this. I'm going to pause this video for a second and wait till he comes back. Alrighty, there we
Oh,
go.
we're back. Thought I
We're
lost you
back.
there.
Yeah. I think there was an internet thing. Okay, so but like I said, every break that we've taken, I've added a filler. So the audience is like, and when you paused, your face was like this, and I paused as well for a couple of seconds. We made a funny thing out of it. Exactly. So, so you were telling us how to break down the video into a structure.
Right. Absolutely. So there's so for me as an example for me, and I help my students also go through their messaging too. Try to make the top of the funnel statement very short. I help entrepreneurs use video so they can scale their business. And then I enter more into laser targeting depending who I want to work with. But as a story frame, as a story framework, as a storytelling framework, you want to have a hook, okay? And the hook, you sometimes could be like a prop too, right? Like a lot of times my hat can be part of the hook, or if I'm recording, I can get a little bit more fancy with like doing different shots to now when we do the post editing, it's like something with a sound effect and oh, it's a hat and it's a sound effect. It's like, whoa, what's going on? So the hook is kind of most in post, but you want to do some fun things. Maybe you're smiling or you're just literally talking and making a mistake. I actually like making bloopers as hooks. Like
Sure.
like I did this like really long but I made it really slow, but then do a jump cut. And with the sound effect, it was a really good hook. People were like, oh, that was super funny. So we can do special hooks. So hook, intro. So your I help statement, very short. Then we go into story. So you can tell a story, and you want to position yourself in the story as the guide, not as the hero, but as the guide, kind of like Yoda and Skyloop Walker. You don't want to position yourself as a Skyloop Walker because then the audience is going to feel like you're competing against them. It's like, oh, you're a hero. Okay, that's great. I'm kind of intimidated by you. Thanks. But if you are Yoda, and Yoda's like this heartwarming, open guide that is going to help you channel your power, then you're positioning yourself as somebody that you're more welcoming a little bit, right? So when you tell your stories as the hero's journey, as how you've been the guide to other heroes, right? And then you make your offer, and then you do a little outro, like, yeah, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, also let me know. I also say, if you didn't like it, I want to know too, right? And then the offer, you want to just make it a quick offer, as in like click on a link where, depending on the video, you might have different offers. So if it's like the Super You Mastery video program, click on the link to find out more. Or if you like to just check out more of my stuff, check out my link here. So you might, depending on the video, you might want to have different offers. And it's not so much about the selling. Sometimes I don't even like making offers, to be honest. I just like to, hey, here's some video that you like. If you like it, you follow me, right? And then you might see me again. And then just let that relationship do the selling, right? And if they really want to work with you, then they'll reach out to you. You just keep the links there so they know how to get a hold of you. And have some funnel pages that are very simple with just like a button to get them to contact you directly. So yeah, that's basically it. So we got a hook, intro, story, offer, outro in the 5
Love
there.
that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screenshot of your landing page, which is simple. It's got a video and it says book a call with me.
Yep.
Awesome. And tell us,
Cool.
we've got a couple of minutes left. I want now you to tell us anything from your repertoire of amazing ideas and strategies. 3 things that we should do. Like, it could be tech, it could be mindset, it could be whatever to do videos, or people like hacks, like, oh, I learned these 3 things here.
Absolutely. Number one hack is breathe anytime. You don't have to, I mean, cold showers, dancing, push-ups is great, but you may not have the time. Like, what if you need to step into character in 5 seconds? You know what I mean? You can just with one, you can do 2 or 3, and you enter into a different dimension. It slows you down. Then you're not rushing. You're not. Sometimes I do that all the time because I get overexcited and I start thinking, and it's like, dude, I don't need to use my brain. Move my brain aside for a second. I'm just let stream of consciousness figure this out for me. So that is the number one tip I can give you. Second tip is don't overthink the tech. The tech is your phone. Calculate time of day for some shadows, basic stuff. You just want half your face to be in shadow if you can. So you can just step by a window in the middle of the day. Don't step by a window in the late afternoon, because then that sunshine is kind of like, sunset sunshine, and that is just straight through, and then you're going to look like a light bulb. So don't shoot at 6 o'clock or later, because the sun is too strong by the window. You want to shoot around midday. If you're going to be outside and you're going to be shooting in the middle of the day, you might not want to do that, but if you do, maybe wear a hat or just go in shade. But just maybe do some research on basic lighting, so you have some information there, and then cup your phone for amazing sound, and then look at the camera always. And as you are streaming consciousness, you are allowing your character to speak the words and use a little bit of tonality. Start developing your tonality. You see how I'm talking here? Tonality. I'm like bringing words to bring you in a journey with my tone and my pitch, right? This comes from my singing background. We do a lot of like la 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 la, like we start doing a lot of warm-ups and things like that, and that's how journalists actually learn how to speak when they're reading a teleprompter. You see how I did that? Teleprompter. So I'm developing my own tonality, my own way of speaking that is calm and streaming consciousness from my essence. So you're almost like blending your personality with your essence as you're being grounded and letting the stream of consciousness of your body and information do the work. So when you have that, and then you just speak directly to the camera, make mistakes, have fun. When you make mistakes, just go, you know what, that was hilarious, let's do it again. Action. And I say the word action again, and I snap my fingers. Or if the phone is on a tripod, I go like, action. And then you're like, okay, that was hilarious. And then you have the momentum. You have the momentum of stream of consciousness flowing through you, knowing your pitch and your tone and your level of enthusiasm. Now you're talking directly to the camera, having fun with yourself because you have a purpose, right? You're taking responsibility to share your message, not just to grow your business, but to make an impact in the world. That you coming from a space of love and service, then nothing else matters. And then you want to make sure it's eye level. That's one thing I wanted to say. Don't shoot like this, or don't shoot like that. You're overpowering people, or here you look small. You want to be just at eye level, just like we're talking here right now. Me and you, we're eye level. We're the same. And then the third, so whether you want to be in one third or the other, have fun with it, and then put it through some kind of app. There's Splashio is really good. Clipscribe is really good. So the first one is Splashio.
Yeah.
And the second one is Clipscribe. They're video wrappers and captioning service. Those are the easier way to get it done. But if you really want to clip it tight, you are going to need an editor. There's no app in the world that can get you to do very clean transitions on the phone. So you want to just get an editor. You can hire somebody on Upwork, and you have to build a relationship with an editor. You don't want to swing around with too many because they get busy and they don't deliver. But if you build a solid relationship with one editor, and this is a huge tip right here, you want to develop a relationship to the point where they speak your language, they know what you want. So it's going to take some time. But most importantly, you want to charge, you want to work with them on a per project basis.
Or per
Don't
video,
work
or
on an hour per video.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't work per hour. I've done enough outsourcing that gets a little bit out of control. Plus, you're rendering files, you go back and forth, and it can be overwhelming for the revisions and all this stuff. So he doesn't get paid until you meet a milestone. So you set milestones on Upwork, and then you set a flat price. And they should be pretty low. Like you can do 10, 20, $30 per video, and you don't want your videos to be too long. Just 1 to 2 minutes is good. So then you pay per final render of a 1 to 2 minute video, and then each video he will give you 4 files: one for YouTube, one for Facebook, one for Instagram. Actually, it's really technically only 3 files, but for Instagram it could be like square and or vertical. So between 3 to 4 files per video, anywhere between, you can negotiate $10 to $30 and develop that relationship and align with them at a personal level.
Sure.
It's not a business relationship. You want to. So I have 3 editors: Serbia, Pakistan, and United States, actually. So, and with all of them, they're like my brothers. You know what I mean? So we have developed that relationship where, and then he knows like sometimes some of these videos might take a little longer to edit,
Yeah.
but it's a price flat per video, and that way, that's how we basically build our machine. And I'm just giving it to you, but that's how we basically work. If you want super tight, crispy, very highly produced videos.
That is fantastic. I learned so much. So I learned on the editing front, and like I said, we have 2 schools: Micro Video Mastery and Internet Moguls of the World, which I'm building with my kids, and we're bringing in lots of entrepreneurs from around the world. And I am going to put the first 10 minutes of your video inside the learning management system, where we have a module called the shyness to awesomeness. And the second part of, we're going to break it down because there's so many golden nuggets in this. So thank you so much, Juan, for giving us your time. This was absolutely fantastic. I do have your permission to repurpose this interview and put it all over the internet on our channels, right?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Be happy to share all this knowledge and information, and whoever can benefit from it, that'll just be amazing.
Awesome.
And I was hoping that maybe if I could do the same as well, if you let me, that would be even more amazing.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'll send you once it's edited and everything. I'll send you everything, and you can use it or do whatever you want with it. Also, if that's what you meant, right?
Yeah, and even just the raw file too. I can clip it up and also do some samples for you. I'd love to help you as well if you need to, but just to leverage both. I guess this conversation of street
Of course.
consciousness, we can cut it up into different bite-sized pieces for you
100%.
and for me.
I will definitely send you the file as well, and your editors can work on it, ours can work on it, and we can do a little bit of a Hulk versus Iron Man. Before I leave, if you can just give me a small clip. Our students are from the Micro Video Mastery community, so if you can say, "Hey, Micro Video Masters, I hope you're doing well. My name is Juan. Avi and I did a thing together, especially on shyness to awesomeness. Watch this video where I'm going to teach you this, this, this." So I can put it as a prelude inside the program.
You want me to do it right now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hey, Micro Video Masters, this is your boy Juanpa, and I just did an amazing interview with Avi, and the information that we just dropped here, getting comfortable in front of camera and technology, demystifying all of that, and even how to outsource and put together a team so we can get all these videos edited. It's all in this training.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All of you Micro Video Masters, I'm sure you enjoyed this training. Click on the link to get the entire link, footnotes, all of that I prepared for this. Juan, thank you very much for your time.